Hey, what's up, everyone? Morey Croson here, and today we're going to be breaking down Shedeur Sanders as well as the Colorado offense, and we'll start the video right now. This is the newest edition of the Performance Lab. Reach your individual goals. You don't want to just talk about straight line speed. We also want to talk about your ability to be quick. We break down your video. Let's make you into the quarterback I know you can become. All right, so this is the beginning of the college football season. I mean, week 2 of the college football season, and really what stands out here is, during the in-season, I usually do breakdowns with quarterbacks, and I'm working with different, seeing different offenses, and so that's why I really wanted to go into not only Shedeur Sanders and his throwing mechanics, but also just taking a look at the way that Colorado runs their offense. When I watched this and saw him play this weekend, this is only the first half in this video here, and it looks like there's some restrictions in terms of how much we can show. So the video that I took, they didn't show the entire field here, but it's still fine because we can see. So it's trips, and what stands out is, like, look at where the top receiver is lined up. Right, he's halfway between the bottom of the numbers and the sideline. A lot of times when I'm seeing people line up, like when they're in trips and the ball's on the opposite hash, this receiver will be at the top of the numbers, maybe even more inside the numbers. And what that does is that makes it so now you don't have the same opportunity to be able to spread out the defense. And I love what they do here with being able to spread out the defense, because it not only opens up the passing game, but it also opens up the running game. So what we're seeing here is we see like a 3-step drop for Shedeur Sanders. I think he does a good job loading into the back foot. I'm seeing this a lot more recently, and I think it's so much better to have a longer base, a little bit wider base. I think he might have his feet a little bit too close together here, but notice how he doesn't take any extra steps. He gets that foot down, that back foot down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, back foot down, gets the front foot down, keeps the weight back, right? And that's why having a little bit longer base helps you out as a quarterback, in my opinion, is it makes it so now you have more opportunity to create rotation and a longer ability to shift your weight onto your front leg. He doesn't do a great job of shifting his weight onto his front leg there, but we could see that he is really giving himself the opportunity to be able to create a lot more force onto that front leg, and I think he could even do a better job of being able to rotate and create more internal rotation in that back hip, and then therefore be able to shift more weight onto the front leg. So I think there's some things that can improve here, but what I love is because of how much space there is, and I know on this one, the guys are basically the same formation here, but on this one, we could see that he is throwing it to like the outside, kind of like quick hitch route, easy 8 yards. Here's another play where see how much space they have here. Again, this gives the quarterback a ton of opportunity to be able to throw it to a lot of different guys. On this particular throw, I think that he could have put a little bit more, or no, this isn't the right one. This one, he puts a good amount of air on it. I think it's in a good spot, only where the receiver can make a play on it. I like how he gets into this position, and then when he's throwing it deep, he really rises up through those hips and through that upper body, starts off with that front shoulder high, and then comes down through the throw. I think he has a really, really nice deep ball. I think that's why he has a lot of success and has a great touch on his ball, is because he has a lot of success with the deep throw. Again, a great play here, right? Look at how much space this is going to be opening up, okay? The linebacker, I don't know if they ended up running a blitz here and just he ended up getting lucky, but really I think that they could have blocked this, or how they set up to block this, there should have been a lot bigger play. This one's a deep throw. I think he probably could have put this more onto a line here, because we could see that receiver's open. He just overthrows it, okay? You can't really see exactly what the coverage was, but we could see that they look like they've been running cover 2. We could see this corner looks like he's covering him, and we could also see that safety looks like he's staying up over the top, and so we could have put that a little bit more on the line and probably would have had a lot more success there. Again, really good to be able to open up the passing game here. We could see the side view or the back view. I like these views just because now it gives us an opportunity to really see these passing lanes, right? Look at these passing lanes. Look how this forces this defense to really open up. So now you have to commit as a defensive linebacker here. You either have to commit coming up, or you got to be able to play this slant, right? They did a good job of him sitting back long enough where now this corner can come in and make a play. That's why it's a lot harder to usually score in the red zone. He ended up getting the ball out to the side a little bit late. They ended up getting a field goal. Still a good job protecting the ball. This ended up being a touchdown here. So you can see this ended up being 2 hitches. So you have the guy coming across. They do a good job of having 2 posts. So now this corner ends up being occupied, okay? And as soon as that corner starts to get on the hash, you can see him start start to see this guy coming across and is like, oh man, I'm not in a great position for this. But you have to kind of do this. You have to kind of stay over the top here. He does a good job. Hitch. Sanders, that we can't really see both here. Hitch, and delivers the ball in a great place, easy touchdown. Again, that comes from all the spacing, right? That comes from setting up the run to make it so now they're only blitzing 3 guys to make it so now they can really try to defend the pass. And on first down, they end up scoring a big touchdown here. Okay, here's another really good one, right? He goes here, looks like he goes and he sits, right? The route, Travis Hunter goes down at the slot and he sits and then ends up coming and running like a little slant or post, getting right outside linebacker. So waits for that linebacker to come down or that safety to come down. You can't really tell for sure what he's playing. And then he comes right across the middle. Easy completion, right? This is a screenplay here, right? So we could see they ended up blitzing a bunch of guys. This guard ended up, or really the guard and center just went and releases. A great play call, great time of the play call. Just immediately catches, gets the ball out of his hands, right? Embraces, knows he's going to be end up probably taking a hit, puts the ball in the right spot. If that receiver would have been a little bit more patient, let his blocks catch up with them, that probably would have been a really, really big play, maybe even potentially a touchdown. You know, they got a first down either way. Really, really well done overall. I mean, I just love this scheme, right? I love seeing how wide they are. Okay, see again, halfway between the sideline and the bottom of the number. Okay, so now this corner's got to make a choice. Are you going to defend that takeoff or are you going to try to defend the out? He takes a step back. Now they throw the out. This is late into the half. They're trying to get the ball down the field as fast as they can. Okay, they're trying to catch these guys off balance. The defensive end's in the wrong spot. He tries to get over, ends up getting an offsides as well. Right, they're moving fast. They're getting on the ball, and again, you know, so what ends up happening is a lot of these teams, especially in college, and this is why I really love this offense, is because in college now there's a lot of teams that really want to stick to that 2 safety look, that cover 2, cover 4. They call it almost like a college cover 4. And when you do that, what you do is you really make it so your safeties. And I mean, I played in a scheme that was that. I played a safety my last year in college, and it was a cover 4 scheme. And we had a lot of responsibilities when it came to what the slot was doing. And we had a lot of responsibilities to the run game, right? Because what you end up having here, and it depends on the defense, but what you end up having is you're a little bit mismatched when it comes to the run game a lot of times, especially in the spread, because you'll end up having, you know, a lot of teams will end up having those outside linebackers kind of out. So you're almost like playing with only 6 in the box, right? Some teams will end up having 3 down linemen and 3 linebackers. Some will have 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers. But the point is, you're going to have 6 in the box, and then you're going to have 1 guy out on the slot on the field, okay? And then you're going to have 2 corners, and you'd have 2 safeties, okay? That's typically what you end up having in this scenario, right? These guys are not in this position. I don't know where even their 5th player is or their 5th guy is. I don't know if there's like they have 3 safeties maybe. I don't know what they're trying to do here. Maybe they have 2 corners. They're running almost maybe like a man type of look here. They might have another guy coming down, or you know, this safety's coming down, and then they have 2 more safeties behind, and then another corner. Could be what they're doing. But anyway, the point is we want to be able to really spread that type of offense out, and I see this a lot again with high schools too, right? One, I see that coverage a lot more in high school as well, where they have 2 high safeties, and teams don't want to get out of 2 high safeties. And then I see a lot of teams that are not putting their receivers and quarterbacks in a good position to succeed because they're not getting the proper amount of spacing. Just remember, you know, if you're a quarterback, there's a big opportunity within the passing game if you can better spread out your defense, because again, that makes that defense really have to commit, right? So now as a defender that you're reading, whether it's the corner, outside linebacker, safety, whatever, you want to make these guys have to make decisions whether they're going to go to the flat, whether they're going to cover maybe the curl, whether they're going to go for a bubble. The more often you can make those decisions, the better you're going to be, and the more effective you're going to be able to run the offense. Okay, so we can see here, and that's what I think Shedeur Sanders does really well. He does a really good job of being able to go through his reads, go through his progression, and then make the throw. He has a strong arm. He gets the ball out of his hands quick, right? He's here. He's trying to see if he can take a shot, and then here he says, okay, I can't take a shot. I'm going to just be able to throw this. So when he makes the decision here is probably about 205. You know, I always like to go into the numbers, 0.205. Okay. By the time the ball comes out of his hands, it's 0.6. Okay. And that's not even with the release, right? When the ball ends up leaving his hand, we're not in a great angle to see that. That might be, around 3.0, 3.3. So his release is about 3.0, which is what we're seeing a lot with these top quarterbacks. But just the decision making and when he decides I'm going to make that throw and when the ball comes out of his hand is under a half a second. That is what's impressive as a quarterback, being able to really perform at a high level. That's the type of stuff that makes NFL scouts interested. That's the type of stuff that makes even college scouts interested. If you can go through your progression, right, be able to sit in the pocket, go through your progression, and once you make a decision, get the ball out of your hand quickly. You can see he's reading. You know he has some time here, and then he's like, okay, well, none of this stuff is going to work. I'm going to get the ball out of my hands here quick, get out of bounds, or the guy gets tackled, and they call timeout. Now they're able to kick a field goal. They go into halftime 13-0, right? That's the type of stuff that really impresses, again, college scouts, NFL scouts, things like that. So as always, guys, if you like the information, click that thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, comments, or recommendations, you can leave those down below. If you're interested in getting coached by me and being able to help you with your mechanics, being able to help you in better understand some of these concepts and being able to have more success, whether you're at a youth level, high school level, college level, would happy to be able to do that. I would say best way to do that would be through Quarterback University. The links will be down below. There's a lot of great information already on there about reading coverages, about some of the basics of throwing the football, some workouts, some things to do if you have soreness in the arm, a lot of things like that. Or you could also go to our website and then send a message or an email through there, and we could hop on a call, hop on a Zoom, whatever ends up being the case. I've been doing a lot of recently where people will send in a video of themselves throwing. We hop on a Zoom. We'll go over some of the main things that I would say we need to improve, talk to you about Quarterback University, why it would be beneficial, blah, 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 and then we can get you going from there. But yeah, if you're a quarterback and you have a strong arm too, or you have a lot of capability and you're struggling when it comes to being able to actually get that on the field, get the film to be able to show what makes you a really good quarterback, I'd be happy to be able to go through some video and give you a better understanding of how to go through a progression. I've started to realize that this is something that is just not taught very much at the high school level, and it needs to, right? How to identify the defense, who are the 5 defenders, what are you looking for, and based off what the defense is giving you, be able to say, okay, this is where I want to be looking to go with the ball. These are the 2 guys that are really the one guy that needs to make a decision based off of where he goes. Then I'll be able to get the ball out of my hands quick, and also the footwork to be able to do that. Again, there's a lot of guys that I think have great arm talent, but are not getting the success that they should be getting at the next level or even at their current level. And a lot of it just has to do with what their mechanics look like and how well they're able to go through a progression. So I'll be happy to go over more of that with you. If you're interested, again, check out the link down below, Quarterback University, or just going to our website. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.